Okay, welcome. Today we're going to do a video demonstrating the SHIGIYA G20 cylindrical grinder. This is currently wired for 440 volts, 460 volts. It's a universal in that it has a fold-down ID attachment and headstock that can swivel, be set for a live rotation or a dead rotation. Let me just go take one of these guards off so we can see better. We have some of the guards removed, as well as the belt here, as well as the tailstock. We do have all those items. So first of all, we're going to start it up. As soon as the hydraulics start, a lubrication for the spindle starts, and once the pressure switch is satisfied, the grinding wheel will come on. So a cycle for this machine can be used by hand. You can set it in a manual mode, and you have a rapid stroke in and out with the slide. And then you can feed in and touch off on your first workpiece to set up, as well as moving the table. When you're all set up, you have a cycle which looks like this. We're going to move the head in, we're going to start the headstock, and we're going to start our plunge feeding. I have it going fast into the finer feed, the second feed. You see the lights coming on. The red means we've reached the zero stop, the dead stop. It's starting at spark out count. And then it will retract. And the head stops. Another cycle. Head comes in, the work head starts, feed plunges quickly, then hits the fine feed. All these amounts of grinding and changeover points are all adjustable with this mechanism down here. It's all tied in together. You learn about that in the manual. These are controls here that regulate the speed of the coarse grinding and the fine in feed, as well as the table speed and a dwell left and right. Also, we go to automatic for the table. I select my grinding mode to traverse and start the cycle. Now our head came in, and we feed each time we reverse. Now the size of this increment that it's making is big for grinding. Number one, because I have it turned up high for the video. And number two, these little small timers you see up on the console, you adjust that time for how long that actual amount of feed is. So the two things work together. So now it's in the fine feed, and it will continue like that down to zero. And then you have your spark out. Rather than it being 20 seconds or 30 seconds, it's a counter. It'll make a count every time it reverses or the reversal stops, so that it'll always retract and stop at the edge of the part, not in the center of your workpiece. Like that. So the other thing that this has is a fold-down ID attachment. It's locked here. As soon as I fold this down, I don't even have to shut off the external wheel. Hitting the switch will automatically do that. Now when I start the machine again, I have my ID grinder. Now when you grind a grinding cycle with this, it's set up a little differently. Your first cycle, you have to know that the headstock, the grinding head will come in. But after that, once we spark out, we're only going to back up our infeed. We're not going to back this grinding head possibly out of your workpiece. See how it stays there? So now your cycle is, you probably want to grind by hand, but you do have an automatic cycle. You can grind now inside the bore of a workpiece and not have to move the table out each time, because this is not going to go back on you. Just the 10 thousandths or whatever you ground off is going to go back. All right, read the book. Thank you very much. That's the SHIGIYA G20 Universal ID OD grinder.